but it has been raining.
Yes.
Just the forecast has been just foul.
Yes. Very, very bad forecast. I mean, it just looks like rain forever.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Notier's Frontiers.
In this series, we travel on our KTM 1190 adventure motorcycle, and we go all over the world. We've been through the Americas, we've been halfway up through Africa, and now we are currently in Alaska.
Da-da-da. We have successfully made it to the northernmost point in Prudhoe Bay, Dead Horse, completing the line from the southernmost point in South America, which is Ushuaia, and we're still on the road. And so cheers to accomplishments, fun, and coffee.
Or tea.
Or tea if you're civilized. So we are now just north of Anchorage. We're staying with some friends.
Yeah, they're super, super awesome.
Super awesome. Big shout out to Chase, who chased us down in Palmer and invited us to the county fair. Yes, now we're staying with Brandon and Robin and their son.
Liam, cutest.
Yes. And that was base camp, and we wanted to shoot our way down to Homer's Spit.
Yes, so now this southern region of Alaska is very famous for being super, super beautiful. A lot of tourists either fly into Anchorage and explore it on their own, or they take cruise ships, which can kind of go into all of the inlets. Yeah. But the mountains are famous for coming right up to the ocean, and we had yet to see the ocean from Alaska. So we were really excited to get down to Homer, which is one of the lowest points you can go to by road in Alaska. And
but it was a high point.
But
it was not a low point on our journey. But it has been raining.
Yes.
Just, there's the forecast has been just foul.
Yes. Very, very bad forecast. I mean, it just looks like rain forever.
It's just rain. It's not snow, which is good because we have been taking our time here in Alaska, which is what we like to do. Mm-hmm. Wait out for possible good days, hang out, meet good people and friends.
Exactly.
Go to state fairs.
Yep. That was crazy.
We got our Gore-Tex climb gear on. We got our heated gear on.
It was cold.
Yeah, and we headed south.
There's swans out there. It's so beautiful. way to Homer, we decided to stop by a town called Seward. Luckily, we were able to get a couple of moments where we could just get off the bike, take a couple pictures, take some footage, and be able to see the beautiful surroundings.
That's where that Exit Glacier was, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, status update. I think you figured out by now by some footage Marissa's put in, but we got a drone, folks.
Yes.
Yeah. How cool is that?
So awesome.
Yes.
We should have done this long ago.
We should have. South America and Africa. Oh my God.
So
but we started
great.
here. You see it here first. It's some footage of a glacier. I don't know what you put in here, but it's beautiful nonetheless.
That's right. I'd heard about Exit Glacier before, and it kind of stuck in my mind because it's a weird name.
Yeah.
I think it's named that because it is kind of, you exit the highway and then it's
I think the
not far
glacier's
from
name
there.
was prior to the highway being built. I think it was.
One would think, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a
just
weird name.
A glacier exiting the mountains. Google knows everything, but Marissa and I have our own theories.
So this is Exit Glacier. In the last 10 years, it has retreated 1,000 feet. That's very sad. It is a very quickly retreating glacier, but it used to cover the entire mountain tops. All the way up the tops of the mountains. And in 1815, it stretched all the way to where I'm standing now.
The skies opened up for just a little bit. It's still kind of drizzling,
Right.
but they're like, go fly your drone and then I'll rain again. Take your time, but hurry up. Well, and sometimes when you're taking pictures of mountains or drone footage, which I have no experience whatsoever, so forgive the jerkiness of the camera. Hopefully you crop it and cut it right.
I'm gonna try.
But like, you know, when there's a sunny day and there's white mountains
Yeah.
or white snow on mountains, it gets totally bleached out. It's nice when there's overcast because the contrast between the brights and the shadows are more appeasing to the eye.
You get a lot of texture, and it just has a lot of emotion to it when there's clouds. We exited Exit Glacier.
Exit Glacier, and it was fantastic.
So we made our way to Seward. And Seward is a little fishing village. I'm not sure if that area is an actual sound or a fjord, but it certainly is beautiful with the mountains coming right into the ocean there. We stopped for lunch at a little place that looked nice, warm, and cozy. And I got the fish stew.
Gross.
And oh, it was so good.
It was expensive, but it was good. I had a burger.
Every dollar.
That's me.
Yep.
I'm a burger dude.
And right when we left, it started raining again, and I didn't have a lot of hope for the weather forecast for the rest of the day. I mean, we'd already looked. It looked like it was going to be terrible. But as we headed out of Seward, and the rain continued for a little bit, by the time we got to the highway heading to Homer, things started to clear
you could see
up.
sunshine.
bike smells really bad. Look, it's just coming from here. You spray this stuff on the roads and it smells so bad once the bike gets hot. It stinks.
As we come into Homer, the skies open up, the sun starts peeking through. What's really incredible is the sun started to set.
Yeah. There were a couple pull-offs where you get to see Homer from way up high.
Oh, so beautiful.
This is gorgeous.
And because we're hitting the shoulder season, the sun starts setting now for real, which is amazing.
We have made it to Homer, Alaska. And look at this.
And it also causes a lot of rain because the dryness part of the summer is coming to an end. But we were so lucky. We pulled over on the side of the road and there was this view of the bay.
Wow, it's so beautiful here. It's like mountains and ocean and clouds and sun and greenery and blues. Oh my goodness.
Homer in the distance,
Yeah.
and the mountains surrounding the area and the sun setting. It was
Yeah.
perfect.
I was ecstatic. I busted out the drone,
Yes,
you know.
heavenly.
So ecstatic Tim droning over Homer. E.T. drone home. But yeah, we continue down into Homer. There's a thing called the spit. I'm sure people who live offshore, spits are things. To me, you know, spit. I didn't know what a spit was.
It's like a piece of land sticking out into the ocean. It's almost like a bar, but a giant bar. They had built actually a lot of infrastructure
Yeah, it was
on
pretty
this
cool.
bar.
Bars on the bar and hotels on the bar and, you know, campgrounds and such. But we rode all the way down to Land's End where there's, you know, a pier that stuck out. Then there's mountains and, you know, just the sun is setting. I was just like, this is gorgeous. And the pier with the sun setting behind it. It was too much. There's a little
incredible.
seal that kept popping up.
Yeah, the seal.
Yeah.
There's a seal that keeps popping his head up in the waters over there. Clearly this is a good area for fish because these seagulls are going crazy here. And that seal is pretty big. It's just so beautiful to watch.
Now, Homer is the halibut fishing capital of the world. That's its claim to fame. And you could tell that by the spit, it wasn't just tourism that was there. There was a lot of fishing industry. And the seagulls were going crazy. Obviously, that seal was picking up on something. You know, these fishermen are bringing in their catch every day. And it was just such a cool sight to see and experience.
So this is Land's End. This is the final little piece of land before the Pacific Ocean.
And the smells of the ocean, and then the snow-capped mountains on the other side of the bay.
It was a really, really cool place to be in one of the first golden hours we had.
We really lucked out with the weather. That was not what we expected. It was supposed to be cold and rainy for forever today, but this just happened, so pretty stoked.
Camping on the spit, there's a lot of wide openness, so it can be windy. It's really populated, and it's the place to be cool, you know, if you're in an RV and such.
So we were kind of confronting this problem of we loved the sunset, and we were just so ecstatic to be able to see these beautiful views with the sunset, but we had yet to figure out where we were going to stay that night.
Yeah.
And it looked like camping on the spit was not going to be the most comfortable thing for us, just because it was so open and windy and
wasn't
cold.
Very hospitable. Nailed it.
So we headed off to find a place to stay for the evening, but that will all be in the next episode. So I hope you liked this one. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below. Ding, ding. And we'll be seeing you next time.
Peace, everybody.
Bye.
Stay safe. When sea hits land, one of two things happen. You know, either that's, you know, ambient weather. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about.